Hi there and welcome to today's practice. We have another oracle guided class today and we're going to be pulling two cards when we're feeling ready. Feel free whilst I shuffle through these just to come into any comfortable position of your choosing and just begin to connect mind, body, breath. Beginning to focus on where your body is in contact with the ground, how your body feels, if it feels supported and held, if it feels rested, if it feels achy or tired. Just really tapping into where you're at. Begin to observe your energy levels if you feel like you really need a more restful practice or a more invigorating practice. Woohoo, we have one. Tap into whether you're feeling more yin or more yang today. I'm going to pull this one because it was sticking out and it just felt right. Okay. So, our two cards are Perpetua, the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. Okay, beautiful. And Pope Joan, the Pontiff of Possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Amazing. So we will get those two up. We've got Perpetua, 22. When your soul selects her card, when we find the courage to be true to who we are, a vitality returns to us, a voice that is both moving and compelling, simply because it's authentic. Saint Perpetua's words, in her very personal and emotional diary, were so impactful that 200 years later, the renowned church father Augustine would write about their beauty and truth. Saint Perpetua suggests that there is no greater power than choosing to remain our authentic self in all circumstances. She is that person who remained loyal to her soul, and she urges us through her example to embrace the power of being authentic now. Even in the face of death, she courageously held fast to her truth, that she was Christian. Her right hand reveals the Christ mudra. She also reminds us that journal writing can be a sacred act of returning to ourselves, of listening to the soul voice inside of us, and of going inwards to find our answers. Perpetua is a call to a journal writing practice, even just to record our dreams each morning. The inner voice that greets us as we write strengthens our authenticity. That voice becomes a light, a fire that calls to us and claims us as we dare to live out its truth. Wonderful. So the voice, it talks about a lot. So we will be doing some throat chakra focus, authenticity. So we'll be doing a lot of introspective positions and heart opening positions. We're looking inwards and tapping into our place of compassion, acceptance, just sending a complete acceptance to who we are throughout our whole practice. Often, that's at the core of basically every class that I teach, because I think that there is so much beauty in what comes up in yoga and just accepting it relentlessly, that it's such a growing skill. When we send acceptance to what comes up, more feels comfortable to rise to the surface. When we create this safe haven on our mat where we say whatever comes up, whatever feelings or thoughts or emotions, whatever our body is doing today, everything is just okay, it's accepted, it's allowed to be exactly as it is. There's no need to change or do anything. That's when more authenticity begins to arise. The soul voice meditation is what is the truest statement I can say about who I am. So if you do have a journal, I would encourage you to go and grab that now, just so that when we've done a meditation at the end, you can then pull that out. And if you just write down the phrase now, what is the truest statement I can say about who I am? Okay, Pope Joan. When your soul selects her card, we can so easily get caught beneath the glass ceiling of what we think is possible. But the truth is that everything is possible. It's hard for us to imagine just how the divine wants for our lives. Just how much the divine wants for our lives. Much more than we could ever hope. Pope Joan reminds us that even if we think what we want isn't possible, it is, or even better. There is something our soul wants for us that will give us more than we can even think to ask for. Wow, I love that. Pope Joan is a sign to trust in what you believe about yourself. Trust what's within you. So they pretty much interlink beautifully. Trust that authenticity that's arising. Trust the voice within you. Don't rely on what you see around you. Have faith and know that the circumstances you are currently in are transformed from within. Sometimes we have to send that acceptance to our authentic self to be able to change, if that is what we want. We can only ever really change from a place of love. If we try and change from any other space, it doesn't always go the way we want it to. That's just me ad-libbing, I'm not reading that. Begin to believe in a vision for your life. Cultivate the capacity to see it, to really imagine it with all of your senses, and you will live into the day when it exists and the reality that now surrounds you. So we might do a little visualization at the end. When we do our meditation, I might encourage you to do almost like a manifestation practice where we visualize something that we really want. Pope Joan's hand is held in the Pal Pal blessing, the Christian mudra of benediction. So that is so interesting. Both are holding a Christian mudra, both two fingers. One is like so, and one is like so. I'll show you. So I think we'll have to take a mudra, or two. The two fingers that point downwards represent Christ's dual nature as both fully human and fully divine. The human ego is limited and lives beneath the glass ceiling. Pope Joan demonstrates to us that for the soul, the glass ceiling doesn't even exist. Trust in what your soul knows is possible for you. This is what Joan's wry smile reminds us. Wow, okay. So firstly, I love these two together. It's all about trusting your authenticity, trusting what is within you, and trusting your soul's wishes for your life as well. So if something arises it feels authentic to you, but your ego, your human brain is saying, no, that's not possible. This is implying to me that it is very possible. It will come to you. We're going to visualize at the end. And that whatever is in the physical at the moment is only temporary. What we can fathom and cultivate in the mind is what our future will hold. That's again me ad-libbing. I realize it's confusing when I'm staring down at the book and speaking. So the soul voice meditation that I want you to write next to the other soul voice meditation that we've written down is what helps me remember that all things are still possible for me. Wow, okay. So we are going to come into our first position. If you do have a block, we're going to grab the block. We're going to place the block behind us. Come into a seated position, drawing the legs out in front. dorsiflexing through the feet, shining the toes up, soles of the feet forwards. We inhale, lift the arms towards the sky. And gently melt your heart space forwards and down. Release and relax through the hands, through the crown, drop it forwards. Think about your heels being pulled to the wall in front of you. And just take a second here. Looking inwards. When we're ready, we peel up and we draw that left leg with us. We're going to lift and draw that left foot to the ground. Wrap your right arm around and open. We draw a length and a height through the spine. We close down the eyes. Think about where you can build height and length. Where can we expand and open the heart? The chin gently tucks. The forehead is soft. We're grounded through the sit bones, bearing forwards and down through the heels. Tall, lifted and open through the chest. When we're ready, we gently come forwards. We shine the sole of that foot back. Hands frame that front leg and we hinge with a straight spine. Keeping a nice softness in that knee. So we're not locking out. We're not resting deeply into that knee. Well done. When you're ready, come up nice and tall. We gently guide that right leg up towards you, peel it up and over, plant that right sole of the foot down and open. We are tall through the spine, open through the chest. The chin tucks, the forehead is soft. We allow a lot of silence in today's practice. Whenever we look inwards, we need to create space for what wants to arise to arise. Soul whispers feel intuitive, they feel familiar, like a knowing. Well done. When you're ready, we come into our half shoelace. Keep your soft bend in the knee and hinge forwards. And that's how we can tell soul whispers from just the mind wandering. They often arise when we release tensions from the body. When we look inwards, asking specific questions, like what do I hold and where? What stories are keeping me back from reaching my full potential? Where can I embrace my authenticity even more? What limits am I setting for myself? Well done. When you're ready, come up nice and tall. We're going to gently come onto our fronts. We move mindfully, making sure that we don't rush any of these transitions. Move the block to the side. Walk your hands out in front and drop hips back so they stack over knees, arms out in front. I'm going to focus on the throat chakra a little bit today. So we're going to look forwards if that feels okay for you. Not only is this a deep heart opener, tapping into our area of love, our space of self-love and compassion, but we're gently resting the chin down if it feels right for you, or forehead down if not, to allow this to be a little bit of a throat chakra focus. We're tapping into the lower spine as well, the center where we hold our fears, our ego beliefs. Well done. Push up through the shins, tuck the tailbone all the way down, and then rest onto the front. Inhale deeply, and then when you're feeling ready, peel your hands back, stack them underneath your shoulders, back of the neck is long, and we again open the heart. We close it off. Inhale, open. Exhale, close off. Find a point of focus on the floor that you can settle your gaze on. Drop the tongue to the base of the mouth and allow your breath to guide your body. Marrying your movement to your breath. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale to close off. Whenever we are facing down, it's thought that the mind can look a little bit more inwards, travel towards that place of reflection a little bit more. Well done. When we're ready, we open the heart space and hold. Deep in-breath here, and then exhale, rotate towards one side. Come back through center, other side. Come back through center. Well done. And when you're feeling ready, we send the hips back, we tuck the toes and melt into your toe tuck balasana. Rest your forehead down. When you're ready, creepy crawly forwards with your fingertips. Place both shins down, tops of the feet ground, and we thread the left arm through. Inhale deeply. Allow space for silence, even if you find the mind trying to fill it. We send acceptance to mind wandering, because we are fully human, as well as being fully divine. We observe our human ways from that place of divinity where nothing exists, well done, swapping sides, other than acceptance, allowing, compassion and love, surrender, peace. All the parts of yourselves that you try and tap into when we meditate, when we come into any yogic practice. We don't think about it as doing. We're not actively tapping into compassion. Instead, we're just stripping back everything else, all the human parts, to reveal the divine parts, to allow yourself to step back into your authentic self, which is just love, just awareness, connected to all other awareness. Well done. When you're ready, walk your hands up, tuck your toes, lift your hips, shift your hips back, and begin to peel and pedal through the heels one by one. Really think about sequentially moving through the foot. So rather than just dropping one heel then the other, think about moving cell by cell, just a little bit at a time, folding away from the ground. Keep the hips lifted. Keep the abdominals up and back towards the spine. Well done. Left leg lifts. Trace the line through with that leg and then plant it down. If you need to drop the back knee here, absolutely do so. If you need to drop the back knee and peel that foot further forwards than we do, we are open through the chest here. Power back and down through that back shin, forwards and down through that front foot. And if it feels right for you, we're opening into that same heart opener position. Invite length from the heel all the way up to the fingertips. Well done. Gently peel the right arm down and look over to one side. And then forwards, other side. Well done. And then when you're ready, come forwards. We're looking inwards. We peel back. We dorsiflex the foot. Shine the forehead down. A moment of peacefulness, a moment of quiet. We're opening the heart space and closing off the body. In this practice, we are continually closing off the heart space and then opening the heart space. Looking inwards, reflective, introspective, and then tapping into our center of love and acceptance and compassion. Whatever comes up, we send complete acceptance towards. When you're ready, we peel forwards onto that foot and we step it up and then step it back. Take your time here, move with compassion for your body. Well done, drop that back knee. We're not just sending that endless compassion to our internal world, we're also showing that same compassion to our body exactly as it is, moving around our body rather than making the body conform to a specific aesthetic of the poses. Well done, gently drop left hand down, open the heart space, drive it forwards and up, and then right hand drops. And then draw it into a lift. Well done. Come forwards, tap that back knee, or lift that back knee rather, and this time we are coming into a yin pose. So we're going to step it back. Well done. Drop both knees, top of the feet, and we're coming into our frog. It's up to you whether you would like to use a bolster or not, whether you would like to go for more of a down face hero, which would look more like this, or whether you would like to come a little bit further forwards. You could rest on your forearms. Knees are directly out by the sides, and your shins can come parallel to the wall by your side. So we have a few options to tailor it to our ability. Knees wide, feet together, hips sinking back towards the heels is a really lovely deep hip opening that's not too intense. It's very mindful, it feels quite restful, but you're still getting very deep into the hips. Coming forwards until from a bird's eye view, the hips are completely aligned with the knees, and then potentially drawing the shins parallel to the side of the room as well. This is going to be your full frog. We can rest the body on a bolster, or we can allow our forearms to hold us up. The bolster invites a little bit more restoration into your practice, whereas the yin, sort of simple, working with gravity, the heavy body, the hardness of the ground, all come together to make your slightly more disciplined frog pose. Do what feels right for you. There is no right or wrong, as long as the pose feels okay in your body. We're always searching for that 7 out of 10 intensity, not too easy, not too hard. Meeting ourselves at the edge of our ability and just resting there, never pushing ourselves past our point of comfort, never shying away from it either. Yin from the outside can look very restful, but on the inside it can be super intense. The mind is often wandering as we release things that we hold deep in our body, as we hold poses that feel intense. And the silence and the stillness of yin can on their own be another factor that we have to overcome. If we are in that yang energy naturally, the energy of doing and changing, reacting, then just stepping back into the yin essence where we're just existing and being, watching, without the intention to change anything. This can feel a little bit unnatural. Sitting in silence and allowing thoughts to arise and not responding to them can feel very unfamiliar. Habitually, if you begin to respond, react, or enter into deep conversations, that is absolutely fine. Once you become aware that you're there, shift it back to the breath. Observe what sensations you feel in the hips. Observe where else you might be feeling it, all the way down the inner thigh, maybe even a little bit of compression on the outer hips. Listen to your body. We want to be completely relaxed through the target area. Well done. When you're feeling ready, slowly as you can, heel toe together. Well done. We're going to make our way onto our back. Okay, so we are going to come into a counter pose, which is a pose in and of itself. We guide the left leg up towards us, right leg long. Left hand plants on outer thigh. Right hand plants on outer left thigh. And we drop that leg to the side. Left arm comes wide. Relax everything down. In our previous pose, we were in that lovely closed off position. We were deeply opening the hips. The inner hips are thought to hold a lot of emotion and stories. The outer hips, a lot of tension, long held emotion. It's normal when we're in a deep outer hip practice or pose to find the mind wandering way back. Maybe you're thinking about something that happened in your childhood or someone from really long ago. Sometimes it will just be an essence of an emotion that we can't quite put into words, can't quite put your finger on. All of these things together that happen throughout our lives build up the stories that we hold, that create limits, that keep the ego fed. None of this is a bad thing as long as we have awareness around it. When we have awareness around things, this gives us the power to choose, make different decisions, simply by shining a light on something that we hold. That is enough to take its power away. When you're feeling ready, we're going to swap onto the other side, send the left leg long, and the right leg comes up towards us. We send it over towards the left side of the room. We leave space for silence. If your mind tries to fill this silence, we don't become frustrated. We don't reject the thoughts and push them away, but we don't pull them in and enter into conversation either. We observe them. We allow them to exist as part of your present moment. We observe the breath. We observe the sensations you feel in this pose. Okay, when we're feeling ready, we're coming into a comfortable seat. We're going to take our butterfly pose. Draw the soles of the feet together. We're going to gently relax forwards here. Now, if it does feel right for you to take a mudra, then we will. You could connect index finger and thumb, middle finger and thumb. You could do one of the mudras that is mentioned on the cards, either like so or like so. If either of those feel right for you, listen to your body. I'm going to be slightly leaning forward so it feels more right to take a mudra like so. A little bit more of a relaxed mudra. You could even do index finger and thumb, middle finger and thumb, just connecting you and the universe together. Whatever comes up in your practice, we send nothing but acceptance towards. We do this from a place of being rather than a place of doing. The more the mind wanders, the more opportunities we have to strengthen that habit of simply observing when the mind has wandered, where it wandered to. Well done. We're feeling ready. We come up nice and tall. And we're going to come into a breath practice. So we are going to draw the thumbs into the ears, but I'll get you to do this at the end so that you can hear what I'm saying. Thumbs into the ears, like so. We draw 2 fingers over the eyes. We draw the tongue to the top of the mouth. So we draw the tongue into a C shape and we drive it up to the roof of the mouth, creating a little hollow behind it. Like that. So once we've done that, we're going to close the lips and hum. This is our bee humming breath, or Brahmari. And the reason we're going to be doing this is A, we want to tap into the throat chakra. So we're just using vibration to do so. And B, our cards spoke about closing off what is around you and just looking inwards. Okay, so we close the eyes, we draw the thumbs into the ears, tongue to the roof of the mouth. We inhale. As you exhale, you hum. And then draw your arms down by your side. You can draw a mudra if that feels right for you. This breath is amazing for clearing old negative energy and allowing a silence and peacefulness within. You might feel it wash over you once the breath is done, as opposed to during the breath. Allow your spine to be tall, your breath to be deep, and using your third eye, just above and behind the two eyes, visualize that you are projecting in front of you a movie. Within this movie, picture exactly what you'd like from a day-to-day life or a day in the life, your dream day. From where you wake up, the home that you wake up in, who's next to you. When we get up, we look in the mirror, how we feel about how we look. The excitement about what you've got to do today. Are you going to a specific job? Are you going to see a certain friend or family? Are you on holiday? Just allow all those feelings about what you've got to do today to bubble up inside you. Excitement, anticipation, relaxed, fulfillment, whatever the emotion is, allow it to wave and wash over you into every cell and atom of your being. Allow yourself to envision you as you are sitting here right now, getting up and walking forwards into that projection, into the body that you're imagining. Uniting the feelings that you feel in that projection right now, conjuring up those same feelings within you. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Whatever your soul desires, you will achieve these because they come from a good place with good intentions. And you are inherently worthy of them. Because you are you. You don't have to change anything about yourself. You don't have to do anything to be worthy of what you desire. And any steps we do take towards this vision, the plan that will work out from here, now, to there, are coming from a place of love for yourself. Any changes we make to our routines or our habits come from a place of authenticity, compassion. It's us uniting and meeting who we are, rather than changing who we are. When you're ready, we're going to gently peel our hands away and draw them into Anjali Mudra by the heart space. We drop our forehead. Take a moment here before we grab our journal. Well done. When you're feeling ready, we gently peel the hands away from one another. You are all done. So just a reminder about our two meditations. We had Perpetua, what is the truest statement I can say about who I am? And Pope Joan, what helps me remember that all things are still possible for me? So I would recommend doing the first as what is the truest statement I can say about who I am? Because this can help things come up. It can help us acknowledge whether what we want comes from a place of authenticity in our soul, or whether it's the ego, the mind, etc. It also helps us acknowledge if there's any difference between where we are now and where we want to be. Any changes that we make only ever have to be changes to our routine, changes to our habits. We don't need to change who we are at our very core, because you are already exactly as you should be. You are already worthy. So just remember that. Hopefully the visualization was fun. We never want it to make us feel down about where we're at. It should only ever be exciting about the possibilities that are, and they will come true. It's all about beginning to acknowledge what we have and feel grateful for what we have now, and that abundance will grow from there. So if you find that you do your second meditation of what helps me remember that all things are still possible for me, and maybe you expand on to describe the things that you do want, make sure that you follow up with a little gratitude practice as well, maybe a little list of what you have in the here and now that you are grateful for, because it can be easy to get caught up in the future and lose sight of what we have in the present. Okay, thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, then leave a like, share it with someone you love. Follow me if you want more of these practices. We have lots of exciting things coming up. Just finding the time to do them whilst baby's napping is the struggle. So thank you so much for bearing with me if I have a semi-irregular upload schedule. Lots of love to you all. Thank you so much.